Are you a freelancer or side hustler looking to maximize your earnings? Don't miss our latest video where we'll be sharing 5 essential tax tips to keep more of what you earn. Stay tuned. What's up, y'all? We are glad to have you back at IVA Hustle, the channel dedicated to showing you how to make a name for yourself professionally through perseverance and initiative. One of the less exciting parts of freelancing is the business and legal considerations we'll be discussing today. We know it's not the most riveting discussion, but it's important to safeguard your livelihood. With that in mind, let's get into it and find out how to handle the business and tax sides of freelancing with ease. If you're self-employed, you'll have to handle your own taxes. Because of this, you need to be familiar with freelancer tax issues such as self-employment tax, anticipated tax payments, and legitimate deductions. Let's start with the tax implications of working for yourself. When you have a job, your employer is responsible for half of your Social Security and Medicare taxes, and you are responsible for the other half. As a self-employed person, however, you play the dual role of employer and employee and must shoulder the financial burden of these contributions yourself. As of right now, this is known as self-employment tax, and it amounts to 15.3% of your annual net income. You will need to make anticipated tax payments in addition to your self-employment tax payments. Your estimated quarterly tax payment should be close to the total amount you expect to repay in taxes for the year. Estimated tax payments are based on a person's best guess at their taxable income for the year, less any expected deductions. After you have that information, you can use the tax tables to calculate your quarterly tax payment. Well, now let's go to the deductions. To lower your taxable income, you can deduct certain expenses from your income. Freelancers often get to deduct the costs of running a home office, buying company supplies, and taking business-related trips. If you want to write off a cost, it has to be something that comes up regularly and is essential to running your business. There are a number of tax schedules and books that freelancers can use to keep track of their taxes. Here are just a few. When it comes to federal taxes, the IRS has a lot of forms and publications that freelancers can use. Here are some important sources. Form 1040, Individual Income Tax Return. Form 1099 Miscellaneous Income. If a freelancer makes $600 or more from a single client or company in a tax year, that client or company must send the freelancer a 1099 miscellaneous form by January 31st of the next year. Think of a 1099 miscellaneous form as the W-2 form for freelancers in the United States used to report their income to the Internal Revenue Service, IRS. In the 2020 tax year, and that some payments that used to be reported on the 1099 miscellaneous, like payments to independent contractors, are now reported on the 1099 NEC form. Freelancers should know about this change and make sure that their clients or companies send them the right forms. And Form 8829, Expenses for Business Use of Your Home, are some of the most important forms for freelancers. Here are some other tax forms you'll need. Schedule C. Freelancers use this form to report their business income and costs. It's important to keep track of all your business expenses throughout the year so that you can report them correctly on your Schedule C. Schedule SE. Freelancers use this form to figure out their self-employment tax, which pays for Social Security and Medicare. It's important to figure out your self-employment tax correctly so that you don't pay too little and get fined. The 535 publication from the IRS tells you about business expenses that you can write off on your taxes. It's important to know which expenses can be deducted and which can't so that you can get the most out of your deductions and pay the least amount of tax. Publication 505 is information about estimated tax payments and how to figure them out. As a freelancer, you are responsible for making estimated tax payments throughout the year. It is important to know how to calculate these payments and when they are due. The 587 publication book has information about home office deductions, which can be helpful for people who work from home on their own. It's important to know how home office deductions work so that you can use them without getting into trouble with the IRS. The IRS website has a long list of forms for both individuals and businesses, including forms just for freelancers. Visit the IRS website at www.irs.gov. You can find these forms and guides. As a freelancer, it's important to remember that you may also have to pay taxes to the state in addition to the federal government. State tax laws can be different based on where you live and work, so it's important to find out what your state requires. Most states have an income tax, so if you make money from freelancing, you may need to file a state tax return and pay state income tax. Some states also have sales taxes or other taxes that your business may have to pay. You can visit the website of your state's Department of Revenue to learn more about the tax rules in your state. You can also talk to a tax expert who knows how the tax laws in your state work. To sum up, as a freelancer, you are accountable for your own self-employment tax, anticipated tax, and record keeping. It's important to know about the latest tax requirements and deadlines, so use these resources often. And although tax preparation can be daunting at times, with some study and planning, you'll be able to handle it with the ease of a seasoned pro. Keep accurate records of your income and expenses all year to make tax time easier. If you do this, filing your taxes will be a breeze. Overall, these schedules and publications can be very helpful for freelancers who want to stay on top of their taxes and get the most deductions possible. But if you aren't sure about any part of your taxes, it's always best to talk to a tax expert who can give you advice based on your specific situation. So, that's all for today's video. It's a little longer than usual, but with any luck, you were able to glean some useful information from this video to help you feel more prepared to handle the most important financial side of your freelance business. Again, keeping up with these issues is critical to the security of your business and your bottom line. Please use the space below to share your thoughts and questions. Please subscribe to our channel, give this video a thumbs up, and forward it to any friends who also work for themselves. See you in the next video, and thanks for watching. Okay, that's all for this episode. If you want to learn more about how you can get your freelance